Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia and I make health and fitness YouTube videos here on YouTube. I don't know why I always say that at the beginning. But today's video I'm actually really excited about today because if you haven't noticed, I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks. I was feeling a little uninspired. I really didn't know what to talk about or what videos to make next that would be helpful, and I was talking to my husband and he was like, why don't you make a video all about being fit and healthy while you have a full-time job? And I was like, that is a really good idea. Because I don't know about you, but after coronavirus, my job is starting to pick back up again, and so it's making it a little bit harder to balance working full-time, but also making sure my health and fitness is a priority. And this has been a big thing for my husband the last year, is just figuring out what it looks like to make health and fitness a priority while he works full-time. I don't know if you can tell, I'm filming somewhere different. I'm filming in my office today because I thought, why not film a video about being healthy while working at my job? So I only have 2 direct coworkers. Our job is really flexible and kind of all over the place sometimes, so neither of them are going to be in today. So to give you a little bit of context, I'm 24 years old. I've been working outside of college for, this is my 3rd year at the nonprofit I work for, and I have a little bit of a more non-traditional job. I work for a nonprofit called Young Life, if you're familiar with that. If not, basically it's an after-school program that is faith-based for high school students. So I don't really work the typical 9-to-5 job. I work on weekends sometimes, I work at nights, and really have a schedule all over the place. Sometimes I wake up and go to the high school at 7 a.m. Sometimes I don't start till 10. So I really have a flexible schedule, which I know does make it a little bit different and a little bit easier for me to prioritize my health and fitness goals. But I do work a lot, and sometimes I work 12-hour days, more than the average person. Just for a little bit of context, my schedule is all over the place, but my husband does work a more traditional 9-to-5 job, but he works remotely at home pre-COVID and everything. So these are tips that have kind of worked for both of us that we really think have helped us make our health and fitness a priority in this time of being post-grad and figuring out life in our mid-20s. One more little thing before I get started. Yes, I do work at a gym right now as a personal trainer, definitely a side thing. And I did also used to teach spin classes and different things like that and work more in the fitness industry. But in this past 2 years, I have moved away from working in the fitness industry and working mainly, not just mainly, I work full-time for a nonprofit and do fitness stuff on the side. So if you think about it, I'm even busier because I have a full-time job and another job. Context over. Let's get into the tips. So my first and biggest tip is schedule your workout into your day. I cannot say this enough. Classes are your best friend, especially when you're working, because I don't know about you, but I am so much more motivated to get my butt to a class if I signed up for it and there's that $15 late fee, like late cancel fee, than if I'm gonna just go to the gym and do whatever. So classes are your best friend. I personally love spin classes and boot camp classes. I've worked at classes like that in the past, and so sign up for a class, put it in your schedule, make it something that you're not going to quit right before just because you don't feel like it. I personally love using ClassPass. It's an app where you can pick a bunch of different classes. You pay one fee, but you have access to like as many classes as you pay for. It's like a point system. That way you can go to a bunch of different gyms and try them all out, or just stick to one gym and get a membership and sign up for those classes. If you like working out in a more traditional gym though, I say get a friend and schedule that workout in. Yesterday, I had a friend who had to start working at 8:30 a.m., so we scheduled a workout at my house at 7 a.m., and we both said we would not have gotten up and done the workout unless each other was holding each other accountable. And we both separately wanted to say, hey, let's not do it. But because we had scheduled it into our day and we woke up for it and we knew the other person was counting on us, we both got our butts in there and had a great workout. So first tip, either schedule a class or get it on your schedule in another way by finding a friend and putting it down in pen. Okay, my next big tip for work is pack your food. I don't think people in America understand this enough. If you go out to eat, you will 100% eat more calories and probably more fat and less protein and all the things you don't want if you eat out. Eating out is so misconceiving. Let me give you an example. I went to Kava the other day with some of my friends, and I tracked my macros, so I was like, oh, I'll just put in what I'm gonna get, and then there's a nutrition calculator online, and it spits out what your calories, macros, all that is. So I just went down the list and picked out everything I would have gotten being in that line at Kava, and it was 1,100 calories for one bowl, one meal, which is like half your intake for the day. And I was like, what the heck? So I went back, canceled a few things, got my order down to about 600 calories, and that's a little bit over what I would say is a good meal, but still, just going down one of those lines, you were gonna order and have way more calories than you even think. You can think you're ordering something really healthy, like I did at Kava. I was like, this was me consciously trying to order the healthiest things, and I still ended up with a bowl over 1,100 calories. Luckily, I saw it before and was able to whittle it down to 600 calories, but people don't know how much they're consuming when they're eating out. And I know when you work a full-time job, a lot of time they're ordering in, or you're eating out, or you're on the go. So my first tip is pack your food. Bring a lunch, bring a lunchbox, put it in a fridge. I know most people have fridges at their offices, or if you're working at home still, make your own food. Most of the time it is always going to be healthier to cook your own food at home because you are in control of the oils and all those things going into it. So I know packing and bringing your food is not always 100% realistic for everyone. My husband used to work in sales, and so his company would pay for his food when he was on the road. And so one thing he started doing when it was kind of impossible to pack your own food, or to, let's say your company's ordering in and you really don't want to be that person because no one wants to be that person that's like, I'm just gonna eat my chicken I brought, and everyone's like eating this great meal or whatever, is find places you know what's in the food and be consistent in your ordering. So, like I said when I went to Kava the other day, they have a nutrition calculator online and you can figure out what is in it, and you can order exactly what is going to help your fitness goals. So if that's lower calorie, higher protein, if you're tracking your macros, you can fit it into your day, different things like that. But find places that have the nutrition information online, learn them, know them, find your go-tos, and just do those go-tos all the time. Like for example, when my husband was in sales on the road, he would always eat Chipotle because he knew what he was going to get in his bowl, he knew what the macros were, and you'd get the same thing almost every single time he went to Chipotle or Kava or Panera. All these places, if they have more than 10 restaurants, they have to have the nutrition facts online by law. So just figure it out beforehand and then stick to those basics and still enjoy your meal and all those things, but know what is going to help your health goals in the future and stick to those by looking it up online first and then finding what you like my husband, which gets the same thing at Chipotle, and just get it. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on this next tip because it is a pretty obvious one. Well, the next two are pretty obvious, but get your 10,000 steps in. If you work at a desk all day like this and you are sitting here all day, you are not moving your body, and even though you may be working out, you want to be able to move your body consistently throughout the whole day. So get those 10,000 steps. You can track it on your phone, you can track it on a watch. Get up, move around every hour, whether that's a walk with your coworkers, a walk by yourself, on your lunch break just to get away, but make sure you are getting those steps in throughout the day and not just relying on one workout, because you will be amazed how much just walking 10,000 steps just helps your mood, it helps burn calories, it helps just have your body moving and not stiff. So get those steps in. Another obvious one, but water. Drink your water. Bring water to work. Again, if you have a fridge, stock it. I also love LaCroix for water. They kind of mix it up, different things like that. But make sure you have water in your body and you're drinking it throughout the day. And so you are really prioritizing your hydration, because that's going to make you feel less hungry, because most of the time, if you feel hungry, you might just be dehydrated. So this tip doesn't work for everyone, but one thing that has really helped me in this last season is counting my macros. I use MyFitnessPal and I count my macros and plan out my food, sometimes the day before, sometimes I just figure out during the day, and it really gives me a solid picture of one, what a serving size is, because I feel like so many people don't understand what one serving size is, and then also make sure that I can have the foods I really love and are craving, but I'm still going toward my health goals. So let's say you know that your company's eating out, you looked up those nutrition facts beforehand, you plugged in what you're going to eat at lunch, That way when you go and have dinner after you had that lunch with your company or whatever, then you know what you should be eating to be able to still get all the correct macros. So you can get a health coach that'll help you calculate your macros, or you can calculate it online. There's a bunch of different websites. I can link it below. Also, MyFitnessPal kind of has generic ones that they put out, but I suggest doing a few different calculators and then kind of doing the averages of all those, because some are going to be higher fat, some are going to be higher protein. Everybody has different philosophies, I guess, but find what works for you and then stick to it. The biggest thing is just make sure you're not overeating. So I think people unknowingly overeat. Like I said, you can go to a restaurant and think you're ordering the healthiest thing on the menu, but not knowing there's so much oil in there that really hikes up the calories and hikes up the fat. So if tracking your macros is something you want to try and get into, I really encourage it. I think it helps those busy days if you know exactly what you're gonna eat, and then boom, 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 you just get your food, you get your fuel, and you're out the door. You don't even have to think about it. So that tip really just goes along with planning your meals, packing your food, knowing what's in your food, because I think knowledge is power. When you know what's in your food, you're able to make healthy decisions instead of just unknowingly eating a bunch of calories and saying, I ordered the salad at lunch, why am I not the healthiest? So this next tip is more of an encouragement, is that I know there's all this stigma around people always bring donuts to work, there's always unhealthy snacks, there's always treats, there's always things around that can tempt you. I just want to encourage you to say that nobody can force you to eat anything you don't want to eat. If you have health and fitness goals and you really want to stick to those, stick to them. Bring an alternative that still tastes good, that's not a donut. I love protein bars or different things like that. Like I said, LaCroix instead of soda. Just find those healthy swaps and know even if someone brings in cake for their birthday, you don't have to eat it. You can still celebrate and be in the moment and enjoy time with your coworkers without eating whatever unhealthy treat that they brought. With the caveat that if you're really craving something, you really want it, go for it, don't beat yourself up about it, but know what you consistently do over time is going to be what creates results. Pick the more consistent option of the healthy choice, but then treat yourself when you're really wanting it and knowing that balance is key. Last but not least, I think this is one of the most important tips that I can say, and I wanted to end on this note, is find workouts that you enjoy. There is nothing worse than having a long day at work, scheduling that workout in, oh, I have to go, but I'm dreading it. I don't want to go, I don't like the workout, it's going to be awful, and just dreading it, but still going. Find workouts that make you feel good, that you're excited to, that are stress relievers either before or after work, or something that's going to make you feel good. I always talk about in my health and fitness journey, everything changed when I found spinning. At this point in my health and fitness journey, I don't just encourage only spinning, which is what I did for probably the first year and a half, but I loved it. I had so much fun doing it. It was such a stress reliever. It was just a place I could go shut off and just focus on the music and focus on the workout, and had a killer workout every single time because I enjoyed it and I wanted to be there. I would wake up at 5 a.m. to go to them before class in college. I would do it at 7 o'clock at night after a full day. Even if I didn't really feel like it, I always looked forward to that spin class because I loved it. So that might be spin for you, that might be weightlifting, that might be running, whatever it is that makes you feel good and makes you excited to get that workout in, that's the workout you should be doing. Especially when you're busy and you have a job and maybe you have kids or maybe you have a significant other and life just gets busy. Find something that you're not going to cancel on because you're looking forward to it and you know it's going to make you feel good. So I always encourage people, the best workout is the one you're going to want to do. So try out a bunch of things. Try out bar classes, try out boot camp, try spinning, try boxing, try running. Try it all until you find something that makes you feel good, both in your body and mentally. That's going to help you stick to something over just gritting and bearing it even if you don't like it. So I know some of these tips were kind of gimmies, kind of does, but if anything, I hope you are just encouraged and know that you do have the power and have the capability to find time in your schedule to work out, to pick the healthy choices, and to make yourself and your body a priority, even while working full-time, because if you feel good in your body, you're going to perform so much better in your job, with your relationships, in so many aspects of life. Not only are you going to look good, but I really think it's about feeling good, especially if you're in a stressful job or just figuring out life in your mid-20s like I am. So Make yourself a priority and make those health and fitness goals a priority even while working full-time, and I promise you, it is going to make every aspect of your life so much better. You got this. You can do it. We are in this together. I'm right there with you, working full-time. We are back in the video game. We are in it. I'm so excited to be making videos. Again, this kind of just reignited my flame because I'm like, heck yeah, this is what we need. Nothing against other creators, because honestly, being a creator is a full-time job in itself. I worked for 2 fitness blogs. They probably work more than we do. But just to be relatable, I want to let you know that I work full-time too, and we're in this together. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys next Saturday. Let me know if there's any other things you'd like to see on my channel, and I will see you guys next Saturday. Bye!